Hey guys, my name is Natasha and I'm here with the very wonderful and talented cast of the Steampunk Queen of the Silent Age. How are you doing, guys?
We're great, thank you.
Awesome. I'm so excited to be here because I've been watching you rehearse and so forth, and I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say actually. So start off by telling me who you are and what characters you play.
I'm Jojo DePaulo and I play Victor and Victoria Brass.
Ooh, man and female.
Laura Collins, and I play Lucy Ratchet.
Exciting.
I'm Bobby Slasky, and I play Joe Silver.
My name is Jeff Osborne, and I play Bob Copperton.
Well, nice to meet you, Bob Copperton.
Nice to
Now,
meet you.
guys, tell me, who can tell me what inspired you to play the characters that you're playing today? Like, what inspiration did you draw from to be able to, for example, Jojo, become Victor, then Victoria from your everyday life? How could you...
Well, let's see, in my everyday life when I'm a man, no, I'm just kidding.
Take off your pants. We need to see. I'm just joking.
That's a little secret we didn't.
Right?
No, that's not in the contract.
I don't
please,
cross-dress.
Don't tell me.
No, I actually, I've done a lot of stage and a lot of film, so I've pulled from both for this. And luckily, I have played a boy. As a child, I was a girl playing a boy, and so I have a little bit of practice in that. But playing it as a man, I just kind of went into magician shops and kind of magical places that you find kind of darker things, and looked into what that would feel like as, pulling out the man character in me.
That's awesome.
And yeah, and it worked, and it works with this kind of character.
Wow, because you're so feminine in life, so I find it really interesting to see what you drew from to become a man for this steampunk project.
Thank you.
It's really awesome. What about yourself, Aiden?
Oh,
Having a double character, what inspirations
I
did you draw from?
I also play a man this
Oh, wow.
time around, Lord Maxwell, and I get to be a lord, which is totally cool. So where I really drew inspiration from is actually Mr. Burns from The Simpsons.
That's
'cause
so
he's
cool, Mr.
He's
Burns.
so ruthless and like evil and all about making
Yep.
money and stuff, and he's just a total jerk. And I really feel like Lord Maxwell gets to be that sort of powerful, sinister character.
And have you done anything to do with steampunk relation before this project?
Not before this project, just the pilot. But I've been a fan of steampunk for a really long time.
How long is a long time?
For a couple years, I've known about what steampunk was way before this came around. I got into this project because I was a fan of steampunk.
That's awesome.
So it's really just this antithesis of what the cyberpunk of the movement was, so like Blade Runner and all of that stuff. So really you had all of this technology punk, and so steampunk came in and sort of reverted that and took it into this weird sci-fi place. Also, I'm a big fan of H.P. Lovecraft, and if you like H.P. Lovecraft, you're going to like the
I'm
new
sorry,
episodes.
I have no idea what H.P.
Oh
Lovecraft
my
is.
gosh. He's this.
So
He's kind of like this Edgar Allan Poe-esque sort of sci-fi, spooky, really dark and creepy writer. Anyone who enjoys H.P. Lovecraft is going to love this series. It's
awesome.
it's really
fantastic.
fun
And Miss
stuff.
Sally Gold, well, I'm going to go by your character name, Jennifer. Have you played a role in your acting career as anything similar to what you're doing now in the steampunk
Well,
project?
I definitely typically do very girly, feminine parts, so I would say yes. And as far as inspiration for my character, I would probably say a cross between Snow White, since she's the original Disney
Can you
princess.
give us a Snow White voice? I think you'd be really good as Snow White.
Well, thank you. But I would say since she's kind of the original Disney princess, and I feel like I'm the original steampunk princess, and then maybe a mix of Laura Croft, because I kind of have a little kick butt behind
awesome.
that princess mentality. So yeah, I would
That's
say
cool.
that's
I think that you're very, from your character from this show will definitely empower a lot of young girls.
Oh,
and
I hope so.
Especially young adult women that, like myself, who maybe have life circumstance unlike myself in that sense, but that, need to push through, and I think that you're doing a great job.
Exactly. We could be girly and independent at the same time.
Fantastic. Very well done and very well said. Bob, is that your character name or is that your real name?
No, that is my character name.
Your character name? And
It is
reiterate,
Bob.
what is your real name?
My real name is Jeff Osborne.
Jeff Osborne. That sounds like a famous name.
And,
Jeff
no,
Osborne.
and I'm not related to Ozzy, no.
Oh, really? So tell me,
Sorry.
what have you done in the past before this project?
Well, I've done a lot of things, actually, in my past. Even as a kid,
Well,
you know.
not exactly in your past, but your acting
Okay,
career.
not that past,
resume,
not that far
CV
down.
past.
Okay, sorry. I went too far back. Sorry.
That's all right.
I do a lot of student films. I love working with students. I've done some short films. I've actually been in some feature films, feature parts.
Okay,
stuff.
so name a feature film.
Breakdown.
Oh, awesome.
Kurt Russell. I did one called Where the Day Takes You. It was with Will Smith, Balthazar Getty, and
Did
Elizabeth
you actually
Milano.
get to meet Will Smith?
I know. It's like it was a great movie though.
Oh, awesome, fantastic. And how do you feel this compares, this project that you're working on now, to a student film, for example?
I think this compares a lot to a student film because a student film is a lot of, well, they have a lot of, this is a lot of creativity, but it's a little different genre.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really go into the, the steampunk style or silent movie style
Yep.
or anything like that. And that's why, what got me interested in this in the first place.
And have you
was-
worked in a silent film before?
No, I haven't. But
And how do you
when
find that experience now, getting the opportunity?
I like it. I think this is going to be great. It's going to be like a really cool challenge.
Awesome.
You know?
Great.
I'm
And
one of those
how do you
people that-
feel that you came across this opportunity?
Well, I came across, I saw the breakdown, and I looked at it, and at first I was like going, that's kind of cool. I like that. I didn't actually even know it was silent until, I actually talked to the director. So
That's
and stuff.
awesome.
And then
and
I
what
saw
was
the
your
pilot.
first reaction to finding out it was silent?
I said, oh, cool. Okay. That's something different.
That's
I've never done that.
fantastic. Yep. And we're going to go to the very beautiful Laura. I think you're absolutely stunning. Just wanted to reiterate that. And how do you feel being part of this wonderful cast with such talented actors around you?
Oh, so fortunate and spoiled, and they're nice too. Like
They all seem very nice.
they're so nice. I love them.
And who
So,
do you play in the
I play Lucy
episode?
Ratchet, which is really close to my real personality. So, it's really close. I mean, I used to actually have a diner restaurant when I was 18.
Oh, wow. What was it called?
Dexter's of Capistrano, and then I closed that and I started working on hot rods with Ratchet.
That's fantastic.
Strangely, it parallels my life perfectly. And
That's awesome.
yeah,
It's not every day that an actress gets to parallel,
right.
with
At
it.
first I was like, well, I
role.
really wanted something completely opposite of me. And then all of a sudden, it took me a long time to realize that in acting, you don't ever show up as a character, you show up and bring your character. That's why you were picked, is because of all those things maybe you don't like about yourself is what will make the part perfect.
Very wise words. And
Yeah.
would you have any more wise words for a person that is just beginning their acting career or training?
It took me all those years to learn that. That was the biggest thing I ever learned, is stop showing up and trying to be Batman. If I'm going to read for Batman, like, don't show up and be like, I'm Batman. I have to act like just show up and be who you are, and you'll nail it. And I wasted a lot of time not doing that, just trying to play a character, trying to play a wife with a baby instead of completely imagining I am the wife with the baby. And that's who I am. Just
That's
totally-
fantastic. You seem like a natural, empowering person.
Yeah.
Go, Laura.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's
And how
what I
did you
learned.
find this opportunity?
I've known Randall for a long time. He's got a really good reputation for what work he puts together, and he has a show and stuff.
And when you say he's
so-
got a fantastic reputation, what do you mean by that?
I mean that I can talk to pretty much anybody in LA, director, producer, that's, people I meet, and they'll have heard of him and like him and respect his creativity. So, yeah, it's exciting to get to work with him. This is going to be it.
Anybody answer this, so pass along the microphone. If next year this actual series, web series, won an Emmy, because I know for a fact this year, for the first time, a web series had won an Emmy.
I'd be shocked if it didn't.
That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, my parents would be pumped.
Your parents would be pumped?
Yeah, I'm
How
out
do your
here.
parents feel that you're in a silent film?
Well, they're more comfortable with that. Well, first they asked if it was porn, and I said no. That was their honest reaction. I was like,
oh my
no.
goodness. Well,
Because
let's
they
hope
never heard
not.
of a web series before. I mean, for a lot of older people, it's kind of a new thing. They didn't have the internet and all that stuff. But I'm out here from New Jersey trying to jumpstart this acting thing, and Jeff gave me this, and they're real excited. When it was a nerve-wracking week leading up to the audition, but I'm really glad
Yeah.
I'm in it. If this won an Emmy or kickstarts anything, that'd be fantastic. I'm
awesome.
just really happy to be a
How
part
do
of
you
it.
think the everyday person will enjoy or react to this series?
Well, it's something different, the whole steampunk, a mix between sci-fi and the whole silent era thing. It's it's really something I've never seen before, and that's what made me really want to do it. So I think the whole intrigue, it's very intriguing what we're doing.
Awesome. All right. So, is there anyone that can give me any secrets that happen, like in this series? Something that we might have to keep hush hush, but we can keep, talking about now.
Well, I'll allude to a little bit.
Okay.
We have some characters that, as you know, have dual roles, and so there's a lot going on behind the scenes. So you really have to read into the characters when you're watching it, and that's going to help you kind of understand, wait, is that, I wonder, and try and fathom things for yourself, and then you'll put 2 and 2 together, and then you'll see if you're right, and that'll be the fun part.
Awesome. So there's lots of twists.
Oh, yes.
Lots of twists.
Definitely.
And Jojo, personally, why do you think people should watch this series?
Oh, for so many reasons that everyone has alluded to, but basically it's so unique. I mean, it's stage and it's film. It's black and white and it's talking. And we're talking, but then we're pulling the talking out, but we're actually talking, and it's steampunk, but then it's Charlie Chaplin. It's just like
It's awesome.
pieces of everything, and you're going to see bits of old movies and characters and stuff that you go, that seems so familiar. What was that from? And you won't quite remember, but at the end you'll think of it. So
That's fantastic. So who's excited? Put your hands up if you're excited to be on this Steampunk Queen of the Silent Age roller coaster. Sally Gold. I love saying that character's name, Sally
thank you.
Gold. I'm interviewing Sally Gold. How do you feel this web series will benefit you in the future and in your career as an actress?
Well, I definitely think that it gives practice to the craft, doing anything moving forward that way. I feel that doing a silent film really brings you out of the traditional acting mold of trying to be as natural as possible, because you do over-exaggerate and try to portray character and expressions without really saying any words. So I think that that's definitely a challenge in itself.
Could you give us one silent film expression that Sally Gold's famous for?
Oh, that Sally Gold's famous for?
Her signature, her motif, something she's constantly doing.
I'd say she's very, again, dainty and princess-like, so maybe.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. And Bob, what would you think would be the motive for your character in the Silent Age era?
In the Silent Age, Bob, he's kind of stern.
So what's his favorite face?
He's like
We're going to see constantly. We're going to know that's his signature.
kind of like this, or like
And if
thinking
he could
maybe
have
like
a voice,
this.
what kind of voice would he have?
Well, I've labeled Bob after kind of like my uncle or my grandfather. He was a very powerful man. He was proud of what he did. He was a hard worker, and he was just very caring, but he didn't want to show how caring he was all the time to everybody. And that's how I'm labeling Bob after. He's kind of a gruff person, but he also has some mystery to him.
He does? Does
Can't
he?
wait
Is that a
till you
bit
guys
like
see that.
yourself in real life? A bit of
Yeah,
mysterious
that's right.
things going on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How do you think you've prepared yourself for your role in the steampunk?
Well, I
project?
prepared myself like any other role, reading through it, breaking down scenes, researching. It's good to do that. I mean, silent film, it's just like any film except for the vocals and stuff, and it's more reaction from the action too. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And can anyone tell me or give me a bit of an example of your favorite line from the actual series, or something that you just absolutely loved? Aiden, could you share something with us?
Well, as we just rehearsed today, I'd say one of my favorite lines was, "It takes a gal some time to get ready."
Oh, that's awesome. And how would Snow White say that?
It takes a gal some time to get ready.
Seven dwarfs? No, just joking. And Aiden?
My favorite line?
Yeah,
I
your
think
favorite line or expression?
There's a pinnacle of right when you meet Lord Maxwell that I think really defines him. He's running through the factory, he's firing everyone. You're fired, please, I have 5 children. And he goes, I don't care, get him out of here. And then I look at the camera and I go, I'm gonna love it here. And I think that is Lord Maxwell.
I actually saw that, and it was quite
Yeah.
strong. It was really cool to watch.
And that's just who he is. He's just a jerk, and he's out and power hungry, and it's just really fun for me to be so dynamic, because last time I was Clara, I was weak and I was meager. And then I get to sort of take over where JoJo left off in that Victor role. I sort of fill that spot, that like powerful sort of anti-hero type type of stuff. And so
That's awesome.
I'm really excited to really get.
Is there a superhero in this series? Someone that's like a superhero?
There's a
Bob
villain.
is superhero.
Well, there's lots of villains. I've seen lots of villains, but any superheroes?
No, I guess that would just be our princess.
Your
Our
princess.
princess.
I love it. Fantastic.
She very often gets to rescue herself. So, like you were saying earlier, doesn't need a man in this.
Pussycat doll style.
Oh yes, except
Except
for
for
my
Uncle.
lovely uncle.
So he plays your uncle in. Okay, so talk a bit about the relationships between the characters. For example, Bob plays your uncle in, or you play her uncle.
Well,
What about
yeah.
the other characters?
I
Are
play
they related?
Bob Copperton. I play her uncle, not her real uncle, not her blood uncle, but I knew
Respect
her
uncle?
father,
Okay.
you know, and I kind of promised him to watch over her, and so as a baby. So now I am her protector.
Her protector, her
Yeah.
savior, her villain against everybody else.
Exactly.
And Aiden,
Oh boy, do we have
Yes, we do.
a very interesting
Victor and Victoria, and Lord, who was it? Lord
Maxwell.
Maxwell and Clara, all related.
Yes,
Oh.
all four are kind of rolled into
Oh
one.
wow! I wouldn't be surprised if all four characters, Victor, Victoria, Lord, Maxwell, Clara, are actually one person. Wouldn't that be a great twist?
It could
We're not
turn
going
out
to tell you.
could turn out that way, but
Are you sure you can't just share that secret? Come on, guys.
We can
Stay
give you a
tuned.
hint that there are two of
So
us.
how can I stay tuned though? If I want to find out if that's a twist, where can I, stay tuned, or how?
you can check out our Facebook.
Yes.
Facebook.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
always a good way. Give us likes on the old Facebook.
Yes, and we're doing some fundraising, so you can find links to that on there as well.
All right, awesome. So what kind of fundraising are you guys doing at the moment?
We're working on costuming and filming and production, all kinds of behind the scenes, basically.
Yeah, I'm pretty
That's
sure that you
awesome.
can actually come out and you can get yourself like an old-timey steampunk picture with the
Yes.
cast. And
Oh,
so
do
you
you
can
think we
come
could
out,
arrange
meet
for
us,
that
and
after the
get a
interview?
little-
I'd love to
Yeah,
have a
we're
picture
gonna
with
do
you
it.
We'll
guys.
dress you up like us and take your picture
Oh,
with
okay.
us.
That is
Yeah,
so
and so you get a
cool.
little souvenir, and if you want to contribute to our passion project, we are always doing fundraisers like Kickstarters and things of that nature.
Yes.
That's
to get
perfect.
going. Yes,
And
together.
Laura, how do you enjoy being a part of this wonderful experience? Like, do you enjoy having to fundraise and?
Well, I've kind of just jumped on board just recently, so this is about my 4th meeting.
Okay,
So I'm kind of a
awesome.
newbie.
But everybody loves you. It seems like you've been here forever.
Yeah, but I've been following the project for like 2
Oh, and
years.
what led your interest into following the project?
Just Randall, I guess, was
He's pretty
interesting.
amazing.
Yeah, interesting, and the whole point that it's steampunk. I was already steampunk, so I already kind of had. I used to have like the whole getup, so it was kind of perfect, And then it just kind of went from there. I've kind of followed it ever since. And I saw the first pilot, and that was really cute. And then that's it. I was cast for Lucy.
That's fantastic. And Mr. Checkered Shirt, sitting way back there, just having a good old time. What inspired you to play the role that you're playing? I mean, I know that you got cast as the role, but what inspirations can you draw from in your life
Oh, well,
that
I
makes the
just got
character
out of
better?
high school. I mean, talk about
You just
all
got
the-
out of high school?
Yeah, I'm 19, yeah. I mean, talk about all the inspiration in the world you need right there. It's a really smart kid who, his father isn't in the picture, so Bob takes him under his wing, and he's looking to be accepted. He's got all this talent, but doesn't really know quite how to use it yet. And so he's tinkering with a lot of stuff, but he sees an opportunity to kind of, be put into place and kind of, use his talents in the right way, and he kind of,
That's
jumps
awesome.
at that opportunity.
Is that a bit like you in your everyday life?
Yeah, you see an opportunity, you got to jump at it. There's a lot of stuff, people want to get across, and they don't always get the format to do it. And even with this project, that's something. You see an opportunity to express what you have, and you got to take it. And I think that's exactly what this character is doing. He sees an opportunity, and he wants to be part of the mix without leading. He wants to be part of it, definitely. So that's why he's always hanging around. And
Awesome.
Yeah,
And
trying
as
to
your
put himself
career
in it.
progresses and you do become an actor, a very famous, well-known actor, what kind of voice would you like to have in the industry?
Voice to have in the industry? I would say I want to be known as doing something different, not the cookie cutter. I mean, talk about steampunk being a great way to start, doing something different. not a lot of
Definitely.
people do this, but always pushing the envelope, always innovating, always creating, and just definitely being able to do some of my own production and not really being chained down by any one thing. being
Is
very
this something?
versatile.
Is this one of your first projects, or have
Yeah,
you
I
been
mean,
in
I've
many
done
others?
I've only done stage exclusively, so
Oh,
this is
awesome.
my first camera project. But that's why it's great that it's steampunk and silent, because bring a lot of those stage aspects into it. You know, the big movements, the big expressions, all that. It doesn't have to be dulled down a lot like a lot of camera work is. So it's actually a great transition.
And Laura, how do you feel that it's a silent film? I know you love steampunk, but how do you feel that it's a silent film?
I was just thinking about that. I was just thinking about how I love how so much of this is based on expressions and movement and how unusual that is and how fun it will be to watch. It's going to be so much fun. And the love stories that are going to take place that nobody even knows about yet, that are totally hush hush, you know. And
That's one secret, everybody.
secret love stories coming up. And, you know, to be honest, I'm completely excited to see where each and every person's going to go, because I know them and I've seen them, you know, read their lines, and I know what they're capable of now. So now I'm just like, whoa. Like, I don't even know what is going to happen with this, because it's just going to get bigger and better and crazier. And then you got Randall, who's a perfectionist, so he's not going to have any mistakes. He's going to make it. I don't know. I'm blowing my mind. Honestly, today was awesome. I had so much fun at rehearsal. Everybody did so well. I'm so impressed. And
I'm very impressed also.
What a
You
great
guys are
cast.
all very, very talented people. I'm very privileged to be sitting here interviewing you and have an amazing. I just wish you all the best of luck. Just give me a lowdown, everybody, one at a time. How do you think the everyday public, and why, actually, let's rephrase that. Why should people watch this web series?
That's a great question, and I'm happy to answer that. I think that everybody should watch Steampunk Queen for the Silent Age because it has a little bit for everybody. It has action and adventure for guys, cool weapons, things like that, special effects. And it has the love story for the girls, and like I said, the inspiration that there is life after love, because even though I didn't end up with my love from the first episode, I still carried on and I came back bigger and better. So
Exactly.
I think it has a good message and a lot of fun characters, and I'm sure that anyone can find one of us to relate to and have a special connection with our project.
Awesome. Tell me, why do you think people should watch this series?
Well, I think that's a great question, and I'm happy to answer that. I think that the Steampunk Queen for the Silent Age has something for everybody, honestly. There's action, adventure, weapons, cool gadgets
Ooh, weapons.
and stuff.
When you say weapons, like what kind of weapons? Like those kind?
Those kind.
Ooh.
And a little bit of these kind.
So women muscles. We see women muscles in this, and Victor man woman muscles.
Yes.
And
And I think that there's a touch of romance for women, so they can definitely enjoy that. And like I said, I think it has an inspirational message as well for women that there is life after love, because I lost my love in the first episode and I'm moving on and I'm bigger and better.
fantastic. I like that. Life after love. And Mr. Bob,
Yes.
why do you think we should watch this series?
Well, I think people should watch this series for many different reasons. For one, as she said, it's very unique. It's different. It's going to pull people in. You know, the audience is going to be just amazed at all the stories and the backgrounds and the,
Will they love
twists
the
and
costumes?
turns. Yeah.
Are they
it's
sexy
going to be.
or what? Like
Yeah, there's going to be some
In the wrong way.
all kinds of fun stuff in there. We're going to have love triangles in there. We're going to have all kinds of stuff.
we got a bit of the bold and the beautiful happening silent.
Sure, why not?
Steampunky.
Weapons. I get a wield a big old wrench.
That's awesome. And what about yourself, Aiden? Why do you think people should watch the series?
Well, I think, like they've said, it's so dynamic and it evolves so much. There's so much going on with these characters that it's really hard not to get invested. And each one of us has so much going on. And I really think, like I said before, it's like just all of us are really passionate about doing this. And I think it comes across when you see it about how much we love this and how much Randall loves this and how we're doing this for the passion of it. And I think it comes across when you see it, and you can see us put that into our characters. And so, I don't know, how could you resist?
Wow, I definitely want to watch it now. I'm like, let's shut this down and turn Steampunk on.
We have to finish filming first.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit carried away.
It's okay, understandable. One of the things that I think is great about this film is that it's cross-generational. And what I mean by that is I was raised by my grandparents, which most people weren't. So I was forced, if you will, to watch black and whites and silence and really old movies. And I mean title cards and subtitles and everything you can think of. Foreign flicks. I was bored stiff as a child.
It's really interesting now.
Right? Which is helpful now. But that's what's great about this. This is going to pull the young generation in and go, oh my God, I can't believe I just watched that whole film and I actually loved it and they weren't even talking, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's gonna kind of bring back the old films but with a new twist and make it super exciting, you know, up there with all the television and films that are out right now. So it's gonna make it something where the young generation is not gonna be how I was when I was a kid.
So they're not going to be bored. Definitely not going to be bored.
Exactly.
Oh, Mr. Bob.
Just a minute. And also because, you know, the cosplay thing, it's very popular now.
Can you
So-
explain that a little bit more?
Well, cosplay is, you know, it's similar kind of, but it's more costumey. You know, there's big, huge costumes, very elaborate, you know, stories behind it and stuff. So it's very similar in that, and that's why, and that's really popular with the youth right now. So, and it's getting more popular
Could you
than
see
anybody
yourselves
else.
going to the Comic-Con and like
Oh,
being
yeah.
representatives? for
I'd
this?
go.
Oh, yeah.
I'd go.
Yeah, I'll go too. Okay.
We'll go steampunked out.
Also, if I win that prize, what is it? If I donate enough money, I get a picture with all you guys.
With the cast, yes.
So can I keep the costume when I go Comic Con with you? And Laura, why do you think people should watch the film? Oh, sorry, the series.
It's so sexy.
It's so sexy.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
really
when you
sexy.
say it's really sexy, is your character like, is she suave,
Sally
sophisticated,
Gold's
sexy?
She's sexy. She's sexy. He's him.
In the actual film or series
Yeah,
or?
We're all sexy.
Everybody's sexy.
We're sexy.
Woo!
Really
They're all
just-
sexy.
Yeah, everybody's got a really sexy character.
Yeah, and I think I'm sexy too.
And you're sexy.
And you're sexy, and you're sexy, and we're steampunk sexy. You guys are starting
It is
something
steampunk
new.
sexy. It is something new. It is steampunk sexy. It's got a little of that. I don't know. It's got a lot of comic book thing to it. You know, so I
Awesome.
can see it being a comic book as well, and what's going to do going that direction and being put into print that way. So, I don't know. I think the whole cast is really sexy, and the way it's portrayed and the way the
So
story
like
comes
50
together.
Shades of Grey sexy.
Did I mention the sexy?
I'm a bit
The
scared.
Sexy.
Well, thank you,
Sexy.
Laura, for your sexy educational
That's
speech.
my sexy remark. If you could just edit that one out, that would be great.
And why do you think, well, you know, you're closest to the youth of today in respect to age. Why do you think people of your age, and I'm sorry, girls, if I'm not sure how old you are, but he said he's just out of high school, and I'm assuming you're not out of high school.
I'm still in high school.
You're still in high school?
I'm 16.
They're just kidding.
I'm not gonna.
Whoa! Well, you know, just coming out of high school,
Yeah.
would you think kids coming out of high school would be interested? And if they're not, what would you tell them about this so they could become interested?
Well, I absolutely think they would be interested. I mean, it's pure entertainment. That's what it is, pure and simple. It's entertaining from start to end. Like Jennifer said, there's a little bit of everything in it for everyone. Everyone can relate to one of the characters and all that stuff. And the script had me from start to end reading it. I don't like to read too much, and I couldn't put it down. I can't imagine when the visuals are put to it and when the actual actors are put to these words. It's going to be unreal to watch, and I'm real excited. I'm real excited to watch it. I think
That's
my
fantastic.
generation will be into it too.
Well, I want to thank each and every one of you here for doing such an amazing job. I watched the rehearsal and I was blown away, getting my makeup done over there, feeling all special, but I'm like, wow, these people, I actually told Randall before, I was like, you've got a really great cast, they really work well together, and
Really,
they're so
really sexy,
compatible.
yeah.
Yeah, they're just,
Yeah,
okay,
don't forget
they're all
we're
sexy. You're so sexy, guys. And you're just going to do so well, sexily wise. No,
Absolutely.
besides the sex, I think you're all very talented.
I'm good at that too.
I don't want to know, unless you're going to be in a porno after this.
TMI.
Yeah, time. Thank you so much for allowing me to interview here on this beautiful day, and I really look forward to seeing what comes of this. Thank you so much, and have a